Hi y'all, welcome back to our channel. I am Raquel from MH Family Adventures, and I'm here today to share with you 10 things that we absolutely loved about Carnival Mardi Gras. So if you have not been following along, Andrew and myself, we sailed on Carnival Mardi Gras a few weeks ago during spring break. It was our very first time on Carnival Mardi Gras, and I do have that complete series. I'll link it below, so be sure to check that out. But we had stops in Cozumel, Costa Maya, and Roatan, Honduras, and we had a fantastic time. Now, being on the Carnival Mardi Gras, this was our very first, well, this was actually the largest ship that we've ever sailed on. And I have to say, initially we were kind of nervous about it, not sure if it was gonna be too big or anything for us, but all in all, we had a really, really great time. So I'm gonna share with you 10 things that we loved about Carnival Mardi Gras. And if you have not already, I also have a video that I'll also link below with the 5 things that we did not care for regarding the Carnival Mardi Gras. Of course, with any sailing, there's gonna be things that you love, things that you don't like, but I can tell you that we had way more things that we loved about Carnival Mardi Gras than we had that we didn't like. So here we go. We're gonna start off, and again, these are in no particular order, just things that came to mind that I like to share with you. And again, I like to say that these are based on our experiences, our opinions, and so if you've sailed on Mardi Gras or on another mega ship, you might have a different experience from us. So these are based on our views and our views only. All right, so the first thing that we loved about Carnival Mardi Gras was the staff. So our cruise director was Lee Mason. He was phenomenal. I mean, when you think of a cruise director, you think of someone who's fun, that you see all around the ship, and someone that just helps hype up the guests, and he definitely did that. So we absolutely loved Lee aboard Carnival Mardi Gras. We also, the fun squad on this ship, they were more engaging and entertaining than any other fun squad that I've seen on any other cruise ship that we've sailed on thus far. And I have to give a shout out to Gabe from the fun squad. He was probably the highlight of the fun squad team for us. And I do believe that he's hoping to get a cruise director position soon, so we wish him the best of luck. Also, there was other staff members, like to mention the dining staff, of course the room stewards, but there were other staff members around the ship that just really made for a memorable time. And one of those individuals was Man OJ, who is a magician. And so he stopped by our first night on the cruise during the stay. We had dinner in the steakhouse, and he stopped by and he did some magic tricks at our table. And throughout the cruise, he really connected with my sister Cheryl. And so throughout the cruise, we would see him and he would say, "Oh, there's my funny girl." And he just, remembered us by name and was just made the trip very memorable. So the first thing that we loved about Carnival Mardi Gras was the staff. Okay, so the second thing that I really loved about Carnival Mardi Gras, if you don't know, there are lots of new food venues on Carnival Mardi Gras. And one of those places that we really fell in love with, we didn't get an opportunity to try it for lunch or dinner, but we did have it a couple times for breakfast, was Emeril's. So Emeril's has his own take on Cajun or New Orleans style food. And if you don't know, I love New Orleans. It's one of my favorite places. I visit almost every year. And so we went there a few times for brunch. They offer things such as shrimp and grits. They have beignets. They have specialty coffees and different things. Now this is at an upcharge, but let me tell you, the upcharge is it's a very small fee. So like our shrimp and grits, you get a huge bowl of shrimp and grits and it's $5. So I definitely recommend giving Emeril's a try. It is definitely elevated dining. I would go back on Mardi Gras and pay $5 for my bowl of shrimp and grits. So Emeril's was definitely a highlight of this cruise for us. All right, and number 3, the third thing that we loved about Carnival Mardi Gras was the Punchline Comedy Club. And I have to say, in the past, I have enjoyed Punchline Comedy Club on other Carnival ships. However, the way they set it up on Carnival Mardi Gras, you really get the biggest bang for your buck. So they had 6 different comedians over the course of the 7 days we were on the ship. So they had 2 that would have shows the first 2 nights, another 2 the next 2 nights, and then they would have 2 other comedians the last 2 nights. And so what I really liked about it wasn't like a one and done show, because the ship is so large, they offered so many different times for you to go down to see the comedians. And so they also offered PG shows and rated R shows. So you could take your family to the PG show and enjoy the comedians. So they had the PG shows would take place in the Limelight Lounge, and then the rated R shows would take place in the Punchline Comedy Club. Now there is limited space in both of those venues, particularly for the Punchline Comedy Club, because those rated R comedy shows tend to be more popular. And so I advise that you line up. They actually have a space for you to line up kind of out there in the hallway about 30 minutes before the show actually starts. And I highly recommend that because it does fill up, and they do have to block off guests if they reach capacity. I believe the capacity for that was maybe 300 guests per show. But again, it's very limited and it's very popular. So definitely check out Punchline Comedy Club. Our comedians were all fantastic. So I'll be sure to link their information below as well, and I'll try to attach some pictures here. But again, Punchline Comedy Club was amazing on Carnival Mardi Gras. All right, so the next venue that was new to us, and this would be number 4, the fourth thing that we liked about Carnival Mardi Gras was the Havana Bar. Now, I'm not a big drinker. When I cruise, I might have, a couple of cocktails throughout the cruise, so not a heavy drinker or anything like that. But the Havana Bar offers way more than just a bar. They have all kinds of entertainment there. They have karaoke. It is just a really nice space to go relax throughout the day. Now, I do want to say that if you're familiar with Carnival, they do have the Havana Deck or Havana cabins that are for guests that have purchased those cabins. And so they do have a Havana space that has like a jacuzzi and a pool and a bar outside. You are not able to access that if you are not in a Havana cabin. However, the Havana Bar is open to all guests. So you can go to the Havana Bar, and I can tell you at no point did we feel crowded in there. I mean, there were times when we would walk in and there might be 10 people in the Havana Bar. So I don't know if people realize that you're able to access that if you don't have the Havana cabin, but you are. And so they have amazing entertainment. And I have to say that out of the drinks that I had on this cruise, the Havana Bar had some of the best drinks. And I highly recommend, and this is thanks to my nephew Jordan, who was on the sailing with us, the Cuban iced tea. So definitely, if you go in the Havana Bar, get the Cuban iced tea. It is delicious. So Havana Bar, definitely one of my favorites. All right, the fifth thing that we liked about Carnival Mardi Gras would be center stage. So if you're not familiar with it, typically when you walk into a Carnival cruise ship, you walk into the atrium. There's typically an atrium bar there, and throughout the sailing they might have like the cruise director doing trivia or like 90s dance parties and things like that in the atrium. Well, it's set up a bit differently on the Carnival Mardi Gras. You actually have what they call center stage, and it's this huge area, nice stage that has like large windows, a nice view. I'll put a picture here. And they have televisions that are able to be folded down into the stage. So some days you'll go down to center stage, it'll be wide open and you see the beautiful blue ocean. Sometimes you'll have those screens up and they're displaying things for bingo or such. But I really like that space. I felt like we spent a lot of time. I typically don't spend a lot of time in the atrium on a Carnival cruise, because usually it gets pretty crowded, but there was quite a bit of space in the center stage area. Now, again, it does span decks 6, 7, and 8. I would advise that if you want to watch the shows and really enjoy seeing the shows, that you find a space on deck 6, only because the sight lines on deck 7 and 8 can be tricky at times. So you may not get a full view of the entire stage, but if you're on deck 6, which is where we pretty much parked ourselves, you will get a great view. I also like that the furniture there is movable, so you can move it to accommodate your party. So again, it's just a really great space. I really do think that's a great concept that Carnival has right now. So center stage, again, one of my favorite venues on Carnival Mardi Gras. Okay, number 6, and maybe I should have put this at the top because this is probably one of the best things that I loved about Carnival Mardi Gras was Big Chicken, or I call it Big Shacks. Shaquille O'Neal has his restaurant, which started off in, I believe, Las Vegas. We had that a few years ago when we were in Vegas, where he has a chicken shop on Carnival Mardi Gras. So they offer chicken sandwiches, they offer chicken strips, they have these really delicious like thin cut crispy fries, and they also offer breakfast. And the nice thing about the breakfast is that they serve it from, I believe it's like 6:30 or 7 until 3 p.m. So you can always go down there, you know, up until 3 p.m. and get a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit or a chicken biscuit. But they have those sandwiches and things throughout the day. And what I liked about Big Chicken was that, unlike like Guy's Burger Joint, where sometimes that might close, like it's only open like during the lunchtime and it closes closer to dinner, I felt like Big Shack's was open longer throughout the day. So you were able to enjoy that. They had delicious sauces and all kinds. They had potato salad and I believe coleslaw and just things for you to enjoy. So definitely give Big Chicken or Big Shack's a try. The chicken is seasoned. It is delicious. I felt like every time I went there, the food was fresh. I really believe that this is probably going to take over Guy's Burger Joint. At least for me, it did. So if you've tried Big Chicken, please comment below and let me know, do you prefer Guy's Burger Joint or Big Shack's? And so typically when I get on a Carnival cruise ship, we go immediately to Guy's Burger Joint. I think that, you know, on future cruises, if the ship has Big Shack's, that's where we're going. So Big Shack's Big Chicken, delicious on Carnival Mardi Gras. So the seventh thing that we loved about Carnival Mardi Gras, and this is something that's pretty consistent across all of Carnival ships, but this was my first time trying it. I've been on several Carnival cruise ships, but this was my first time going to the Alchemy Bar. And so I was pleasantly surprised. And again, not a drinker. I might have 1 or 2 drinks throughout the cruise, but my sister and I did go to the Alchemy Bar. And we enjoyed the cucumber sunrise, and I believe it was called the sidecar. And just that whole environment there at the Alchemy Bar is very relaxing. The alchemists, they're called alchemists, not bartenders. They engage with you, and they'll help you find the perfect drink to soothe your palate. So whatever you have a taste for, they have a concoction for. So definitely, I'm a little disappointed in myself that I haven't tried the Alchemy Bar on other ships, but now that I know what they have to offer, I will definitely try it on future Carnival ships, but Alchemy Bar was a favorite. All right, so the 8th thing that we really loved about Carnival Mardi Gras was the Lido Deck. And so on a typical Carnival cruise ship, you have the Lido Deck. It's just 1 deck worth of space. You might have like an upper deck. Well, this had pretty much like 2 full decks for the Lido Deck. So you were able to space out, spread out during like those deck parties. They had the mega deck party, they had the sail away party. And so pretty much you were able to, and it might have been 2 or 3 different levels where you could just stand there and you could look down and you could see what was going on the Lido Deck. So the Lido Deck I felt was more spacious than any other Carnival cruise ship. I do love the pool that was down there. Although we didn't get in the pool, I felt like that was a really, it was a perfectly sized pool, but it was just more of an open Lido Deck. I also like that there were more spaces to be shade, like where you could be in the shade. I can't be out in the sun too long, so I really did appreciate one of the upper Lido Decks where there was an area where you could stand or sit where it was shaded. I also like that they had different types of chairs. I don't know about you, but like the standard Lido Deck, like beach chairs, those aren't comfortable to me. So I enjoyed having just a regular chair to sit in or maybe a cushion chair to sit in. So the Lido Deck was definitely designed to make sure that people were comfortable. And I absolutely love that. I love that I didn't have to be right there at the pool, right there during these deck parties. I could spread out, dance, have fun, and still feel like I was involved and right there front and center with the cruise directors and Fun Squad on the Lido Deck. So Lido Deck, definitely a great design on Carnival Mardi Gras. So the 9th thing that I loved about Carnival Mardi Gras, and food, I absolutely love the food on Carnival Mardi Gras, was a new concept that they have that's called Street Eats. So this is located on the Lido Deck. It's right beside the Seafood Shack, which is an upcharge, but the Street Eats is included in your cruise fare. So you can eat there, and there's no charge to you. So they have 3 different options for you to enjoy while there. You have the Steam Dream, which specializes in like dumplings and different things like that. They have Mad Sizzle, which prepares like rice bowls, anything that you can prepare in a skillet, they'll have for you. And then they had Time Fries, which was different loaded French fries and different options there. And so they kind of rotated the menu out daily, and I didn't get a chance to try it daily, but my understanding is that they swapped the menu out for those 3 restaurants daily. And when you go there, they're really small plates, so you can get multiple, or I guess it's set up to where you can go to each different restaurant there. And so it's kind of designed with like food trucks in mind, so kind of keep that in mind. So just quick, delicious bites. So I really did like this area of the ship, Street Eats. And again, it's right by Seafood Shack. Seafood Shack is an upcharge. However, the Street Eats, those 3 restaurants are included, and they are delicious. All right, and so the 10th thing that we loved about Carnival Mardi Gras was, and this is not necessarily related to the ship, but more so the terminal. So the terminal there in Port Canaveral was designed with Carnival Mardi Gras in mind. And I do know that some other terminals are starting to move this direction, but I really love the facial recognition getting off Carnival Mardi Gras. So usually when you disembark the ship, you have to go through customs, and you have to wait in line to show your passport for all of that to be verified. Or if you are traveling with a birth certificate, because keep in mind, you don't have to have a passport. It is highly recommended for you to have a passport. But if you're 16 years or older, you have to have a birth certificate and ID. If you're under 16, just a birth certificate. But you would normally have to go through a verification process going through the terminal to exit and go home. And so for this sailing, they had the facial recognition machines available. So I was concerned about there being a long line or long wait because of the capacity of the ship going through the terminal, but it was fast. I mean, literally, you didn't even have to stop. It was, you go through, if you have a passport, you walk up to the machine, you put your face in like that, and if it lights up green, you're good to go. So I really, really appreciated that, and I love that for the Carnival Mardi Gras. And I do know that other ships have this available, or more terminals are starting to add this feature, but it is the best feature. So no worries about disembarking the ship, because if you have a passport, you're gonna zoom right through the line. So there you have it, the top 10 things that we loved about Carnival Mardi Gras. So we absolutely love the ship, we love the design, we love the staff, we love the food. There was just so much to love about Carnival Mardi Gras. If you have not sailed on it, I would definitely recommend to try to get on a sailing. You will love it. It has totally changed the look of Carnival, the feel for Carnival, but that fun is still there. So definitely try Carnival Mardi Gras. Now we are booked on Carnival Mardi Gras sister ships for their inaugural sailings. So Carnival Celebration will be sailing out this November 2022, during that Thanksgiving week. We will be on board for that first sailing. And also Carnival Mardi Gras sister ship Jubilee, which will be out in 2023. We are already booked and ready to go on the US inaugural sailing for that one. So if you would like to join us on board, definitely feel free to. It's going to be a fantastic time. I kind of like that I have a feel for what Carnival Mardi Gras feels like, so I feel more comfortable getting on those ships because they're going to be designed pretty similar, because they are sister ships. So again, if you have not followed our family adventures, our cruising adventures, please be sure to subscribe, give this video a like, a thumbs up, and put that notification bell on, because we have lots of cruise content coming here soon. We are just about 30 days away from our big family vacation, where we're gonna be cruising most of the summer. So summer 2022, we are cruising most of it. And we have tons of cruises planned. We're gonna have lots of content coming out. So please be sure to follow and also share our page. If you know of anyone that loves cruising and loves to see families out together having fun, please share our page. We really appreciate it. We love our supporters. We are at almost 4,100 subscribers as of today. So we thank you and we appreciate you following along on our journey. And again, we'll have some content out here soon. So again, thanks for following along. Thanks for watching our journey on Carnival Mardi Gras. If you haven't watched it, please be sure to go back and watch it. If you have any questions about anything on Carnival Mardi Gras, please leave a comment below. I will be sure to answer any questions that you may have. So again, thanks for following along, and we'll see you guys next time.